Filipendula ulmaria, commonly known as Meadow-Sweet or Meadow-Wort, is a perennial herb in the family Rosaceae that grows in damp meadows. It is native throughout most of Europe and Western Asia. It has been introduced and naturalized in North America. Meadow-Sweet has also been referred to as Queen of the Meadow, Pride of the Meadow, Meadow-Wort, Meadow Queen, Lady of the Meadow, Dollof, Meadsweet, and Bridewort. Description: the stems are 1 to 2 meters tall, erect and furrowed, reddish to sometimes purple. The leaves are dark green on the upper side and whitish and downy underneath, much divided, interruptedly pinnate, having a few large serrate leaflets and small intermediate ones. Terminal leaflets are large, 4 to 8 centimeters long, and 3 to 5 lobed. Meadow-Sweet has delicate, graceful, creamy white flowers clustered close together in irregularly branched cymes, having a very strong, sweet smell. They flower from early summer to early autumn and are visited by various types of insects, in particular musca flies. Filipendula is a perennial herb growing to 70 centimeters high. The flowers are small and numerous. They show 5 sepals and 5 petals with 7 to 20 stamens. Meadow-Sweet leaves are commonly galled by the bright orange rust fungus Triframium ulmariae, which creates swellings and distortions on the stalk and/or mihrab. Distribution: common throughout the British Isles. Habitat: common in damp areas and dominant in fens and wet woods. Herbal and pharmacological: the whole herb possesses a pleasant taste and flavor, the green parts having a similar aromatic character to the flowers. Leading to the use of the plant is a strewing herb, strewn on floors to give the rooms a pleasant aroma, and it's used to flavor wine, beer, and many vinegars. The flowers can be added to stewed fruit and jams, giving them a subtle almond flavor. It has many medicinal properties. The whole plant is a traditional remedy for an acidic stomach, and the fresh root is often used in infinitesimal quantities in homeopathic preparations. Dried, the flowers are used in potpourri. It is also a frequently used spice in Scandinavian varieties of mead. Chemical constituents include salicylic acid, flavone glycosides, essential oils, and tannins. In 1897, Felix Hoffmann created a synthetically altered version of salicin, derived from the species, which caused less digestive upset than pure salicylic acid. The new drug, formerly acetyl salicylic acid, was named aspirin by Hoffmann's employer Birag after the old botanical name for Meadow-Sweet, Spirea ulmaria. This gave rise to the class of drugs known as non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. This plant contains the chemicals used to make aspirin. A small section of root, when peeled and crushed, smells like germoline, and when chewed is a good natural remedy for relieving headaches. A natural black dye can be obtained from the roots by using a copper mordant. About 1 in 5 people with asthma has Samter's triad, in which aspirin induces asthma symptoms. Therefore, asthmatics should be aware of the possibility that Meadow-Sweet, with its similar biochemistry, will also induce symptoms of asthma. Filipendula ulmaria flowers have been used in the traditional Austrian medicine internally as tea for treatment of rheumatism, gout, infections, and fever. History and etymology: white-flowered Meadow-Sweet has been found with the cremated remains of 3 people and at least 1 animal in a Bronze Age cairn at Llanfoil, Carmarthenshire. Similar finds have also been found inside a beaker from Ashgrove, Fife, and a vessel from North Main's Strathallan. These could indicate honey-based mead-flavored ale, or might suggest the plant placed on the grave as a scented flower. In Welsh mythology, Gwydion and Math created a woman out of oak blossom, broom, and meadow-sweet and named her Bridewort. It is known by many other names, and in Chaucer's The Knight's Tale it is known as Meadwort and was one of the ingredients in a drink called save. It was also known as Bridewort, because it was strewn in churches for festivals. festivals and weddings, and often made into bridal garlands. In Europe, it took its name, Queen of the Meadow, for the way it can dominate a low-lying, damp meadow. In the 16th century, when it was customary to strew floors with rushes and herbs, it was a favorite of Queen Elizabeth I. She desired it above all other herbs in her chambers. The name ulmaria means elm-like, possibly in reference to its individual leaves which resemble those of the elm. Like slippery elm bark, the plant contains salicylic acid, which has long been used as a painkiller, and this may be the source of the name. However, the generic name, Filipendula, comes from filum, meaning thread, and pendulus, meaning hanging. This is said to describe the root tubers that hang characteristically on the genus, on fibrous roots. Range: Juncus subnodulosus, Cirsium paluster, fen meadow and purple moorgrass and rush pastures. BAP Habitat plant associations of Western Europe consistently include this plant in popular culture. A 2007 episode of the TV series Supernatural featured Meadow-Sweet as a component of a pagan ritual.